California. It's 670,
Now we are recording.
70,
Just to let us.
70,
So yeah, 60 or 70. But we're having
70.
some snow just for a change for a week.
Yeah, just a little bit of snow is not a
Yeah, north
problem.
side of the
I used to
Texas, Dallas, and upper area, they receive
I
a
used to live
lot
in
more snow.
Chicago, and I've seen enough snow for a lifetime. So
Oh yeah, of Chicago. And our
okay,
friend is in Canada. I think they receive all the time. Right.
yeah, he must be getting a lot of chill. Okay,
Okay, Kamal,
sorry,
you are
you
here.
wanna?
I am asking you to unmute and let me just first of all for people who are here for the first time. So what you're looking at the screen is my Excel-based software, and the customers who have bought it, they have quite a few questions on it, and that's expected, obviously.
Mhm.
Now I will demonstrate use of this and how I use this software if I have time left, because I'm
Okay,
doing it after Maghrib, and then how we select some sticker symbols, stocks, and then analyze using this and with the help of others as well to arrive at some conclusion.
okay.
Now, Kamal, can I ask you to go ahead and ask me what are your questions? Straight to you, Mr. Kamal. Okay, I think he's. Are you hearing me, Kamal? Anyway, if anyone else has any question, then you can ask me right now. Otherwise, I will go and demonstrate the entire process of it. So
Okay.
what? Okay, Kamal, if you are hearing me, you can stop me when you so that we can come to your question, because this session was intended for to answer the customer's question. Okay, so let us start with this thing. The first question I normally ask that where to start with, which stocks. Now, what happens that Excel itself is not a very good screener of the stocks. What you can do in my software, excuse me, someone is saying something. Okay, you can have a list of stocks here, and then you can use the software to analyze it in different possible ways, in a tabular form, in all its technical indicators, its performances, its charts, and graphs. But how do you get to this list? That was the one of the questions that I am quite commonly asked. And I remember, in
Hmm.
fact, Wasim asked me last time as well. How do you get the list? How do you arrive at the short list? Now, I shared a process. This is my own process, because I also, as part of my software, I also give this weekly commentary. The first section is always about the market analysis and outlook, what is happening in the market, what is in the key factors, and important events, macroeconomic events, important earnings. Then we come to a long-term stocks. Now, my strategy itself and this particular software is not for day trading, a very short-term trading, because the Excel does not provide you very short, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 15 minute signals. Some other platforms and services, they do provide it, and they people use it for day trading. It is more like for the long term and medium term kind of thing, that you can buy a stock, you can leave it for a while, and you should expect the stock to move and give you a profit of 15 to 20%. So that's why my more focus is on the long term and the medium term, and the short term maybe for a week or.
Sabri Sab, I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say short term, is that like maybe within a couple of weeks or a month or
Yeah,
longer?
within a couple of weeks or month, or maybe more than a month. Anything more than 1 or 2 months to all the way to 6 months is just midterm, in my opinion. Anything beyond 6 months and 1 year is one long term. But you
Yeah.
don't know what is happening, what is going to happen 6 months down the road or 1 year down the road. You go basically on the fundamentals and strength of the company and its business, and then you give a bigger cushion. Otherwise, generally, my strategy is to just, if you get a loss of 8 to 10%, just get out of the stock. But for the long term, the rule is a bit flexible. We know, probably because the Apple and Microsoft, because of their history, their product line, and the business models like Costco, that we know that these companies are there, and they have unless something is grossly wrong, then we will take it out from the long-term stock list.
Does this
Similarly,
help with the short term
can can you,
traders?
can you repeat that short-term measures? Repeat the question,
I
please.
said, does that help the system? Does that help with the short term traders?
Yeah. It does. It does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It does. And most of our traders are short term, including myself. We have
Yes,
some
absolutely.
holdings on the long term, but long term is long term. It's for years. For people who want
Yeah.
to save
I'm
some
too
money,
old for that.
yeah, and go for a long run. They are busy in their jobs and lives, and they don't really
Of
care
course.
where the
Right.
stock goes in 3 months or 1 month. They want to have some stable source of income after a few years. Now, some of the medium term is, in my opinion, like this Google thing. I probably move with this Google to the long term. In my opinion, Google has become a long term, and I think Meta as well. But Meta is kind of a bit wild compared to, it's not that stable as Google. And the short term, there's not that. Then a section comes new picks, and then the recently picks which we discuss in, or I listed in my last week or 2 or 3 earlier on, maybe a month or so, and some of them. Now, one thing I recommend here is that I normally put it like this: the actionable buy range. So this is what I mean, that I think that this particular stock is in a buy range. It can be bought at in this particular price range, plus minus 3 to 5%. Now, but obviously it's your money, you are responsible, so you need to do your own due diligence, and you are responsible for your own action, obviously. Now, some of them, they were actionable, but they are no longer actionable. For this, for example, this ANF. So we said that the ANF, any move below 135 will be a signal, because 8% loss is not triggered, but it did. So we have to close that thing for the next week or so. So for all those things, you can quickly cash. Those are written in bold, actionable, or buy range. That's the keyword here. And then you can say, okay, fine. Mr. Sabri is saying, according to my analysis, according to this strategy, this is in a actionable or buy range. So it means that we think that it is going to give you, again, this is our estimate and thinking that it is going to give you some kind of profit, and should. And
Mhm.
most of the time it does. Alhamdulillah. And sometimes obviously it fails. The future is unknown except for Almighty. So we really don't know. Now, how do we arrive to this list? For example, new picks. How did we pick this ATAC? How did we pick Walmart? What did we say about AMD? How did we pick GEV? So what we do is, as a process, I have certain screens, and those screens are out of this particular software, because those are not inside Excel. Those are in the other softwares or other platform like stock charts. Those professional traders and analysts and traders platform like Sierra Chart and others. And I have prepared this strong earning list. Every week I update it, and it's available on my website. And this basically has a list of around 250 plus stocks which have shown a strong earning growth. That's a fundamental thing: earning growth and revenue growth. But it does not mean that we should go and buy all of them, right? Just one screen. Then accumulation distribution, through some technical parameters, we take a look at what stocks are Wall Street are accumulating, maybe under the tables quietly, and we don't know. There are ways of doing that, and what they are selling off, distribution. Then we have other bullish screens as well, and the market generated information because of my work. So we subscribe to a number of sources like Barchart, Market Watch, Wall Street, Barron's, Investor Business Daily, and through other people. Obviously, we are interact with many investors. This information goes to our software, and then we analyze it. So that's how we do it. And that's a very complicated process. So every week we normally go through hundreds of charts or hundreds of stocks, if not thousands, obviously, because time does not allow it. So we go to hundreds of charts. Short term, yes, short term is anything between 2 weeks to 3 months. And Kamal, you saying unmute? I unmute everyone. So I don't know why you are not being able to unmute yourself.
Yes, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Kamal, now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
very quickly,
Sabri, how many?
let me complete this slide, and
Sure,
then we will go to your questions.
sure,
So for
sure. Thank
example,
you.
last week, so for example, in bar chart, I have a screener. Wasim, I think you asked me this question. Well, bar chart have their own trend indicator. So I put some condition that I want a stock above than their 50-day moving average. I want above than $7 a stock. Its average volume should be a liquid stock. So its average volume is should be above 300,000 300,000 shares should be traded every day, things like that. I have to unmute each and every person individually. For some reason, I'm pressing this button and I don't know what is going on, because from the host tools, I allowed everyone to
I think on the bottom row there is on the left side there is an unmute button. If you touch the screen, it should pop up.
It is there. It's saying allow all participants to unmute themselves, and I'm doing that. I'm allowing everyone to unmute themselves.
Yeah.
So I still don't know why people are
If
not.
you if come on, back, if you touch the screen on your phone and look at the bottom row, on the left side there is an unmute button.
You have to unmute
Yes,
yourself,
I'm-
because I have allowed everybody to unmute themselves.
No, even if you do that, till Sabri Bhai is doing like unmute, so it's not
You
doing
already
that.
did that. We already did that.
Yeah,
I
I
did
did
that.
that.
I
If
did to
you
everyone.
again, if you mute one time,
There are 11 or
you are
12
getting
people here.
lost.
I did to everyone. Anyway, you can always in Nawab Saab, I think I unmuted you as well.
Yeah, you
you
did.
unmuted.
Yeah, after you unmuted, I got the option to stay
Okay.
muted or
Okay.
unmute.
All right.
Mm.
So let's come back to this screen. So what it does when we run this filter, for example, for today, so it gives us some results, and then we also judge the strength of the trend and the strength of this direction. I like this particular screen, so that's why I'm just going through it. And then their new trading recommendation, and then we see the results, and it gives us 32 results. Now, according to bar chart on this particular screen, all these stocks, for example, they just started a new trend today. Now, what I will do, I will go each one of them and see. Now I will take this thing from download and go to my Excel worksheet and then analyze over there. But before that, I can quickly see that there are some banks here: Bank of America, Barclays, and American Express. And we have some filters. We don't want to go into that, right? Banking and
Right.
insurance, and because of the halal stocks things.
Mhm.
So we just take those out, and then we take those over here. And out of those 32, I think 25s are left. Correct? This list. This is 25. So this is what I have just done before I started this meeting. And then I see, you see, the trend was picked by a bar chart, but trend was picked by all of them by my TR indicator. And this arrow is saying that it has just started today. Strong buy just started today. This is a buy, this is a buy, this is a neutral buy, whatsoever. Now the question is everything is a buy? Obviously, everything is not a buy. When the market moves and the market is strong, many stocks move. The entire sector move, everything probably goes up, everything goes down.
Does the upward arrow indicate today?
Today.
Okay.
So last week, for example, when we run this kind of a scheme, so we came up with this ATAG, Walmart, and several others. Then I am very picky on this thing. I don't want to give a list of 10, 15 stock, confuse people. So we just pick, we analyze, then we take this particular stock. We run different screens here. We see, okay, what was its performance? How does its TR chart looks like? So let's analyze ATAG, because we picked ATAG just on Sunday. And today is Wednesday, just 3 days ago. Okay, so let's analyze ATAG. So we go to our here. Oh, okay. I also mentioned ISRG today in group, Intuitive Surgical, right?
Very
so let's first
expensive
analyze
stock, by the way.
ISRG and we quickly then go to the ATAG. So when you press update, it's analyze this thing, press its chart. It's now on the weekly basis right now. I can switch to daily if I want. It gives you the TR indicator status and other things as well. Okay. If we want, you can again update this, press this update button, and it will fetch then because during the market live, this data is delayed by I think 15 minutes. So it just captures the daily data and takes it to, if I go to the TR chart and I go some weekly basis and the daily basis for, let's say, maybe because daily will be too congested, let's switch to the 1 year. So you see this green band just started 3 days ago, right here, 8:25, and we were here, sorry. at this point. What is the date? 10/1, which was last Friday. Now we saw this, and there is one important thing on this particular chart. Every time when it comes below these two moving averages, the blue one is 9 moving averages, the red one is 20 moving averages. Now this is a good stock. We know that. We know the history, we know the company, its product. It's not an unknown company to me, at least. Every time it comes, and if the market is strong, because for example, during this period, market was not strong, so the TR indicator was red, so we are not going to buy this. But every time when it comes to this TR indicator, gives this signal, it bounces from these moving averages, or it goes below this if the market is slightly weak, but it again bounces. That's a continuous pattern. So this is what we know about this particular stock. And if we move to, so that's why we picked it here, because it was bouncing and it moved beyond this previous high, showing us that there is a strong momentum behind this stock, and it is bouncing from, and it's in the green zone. So the trend is, and what this particular indicator does, it takes two things. It checks whether it is in the uptrend or downtrend, and second thing it does under the quietly is momentum. So momentum means how fast or slow the stock is trending. That's another parameter. So it basically consists of two parameters. So now I know stock has the momentum. It has crossed this previous curve. It is in this green zone. What else we need to analyze? We need to further analyze it. So, but just not merely looking at this thing. Okay, it's here, so it should go up. No, it can consolidate, it can come down. We need to understand, is it a late stage growth or is it a early stage? For example, what is a late stage and what is an early stage? If it is coming out of a strong consolidation, undercutting its previous low, then it's a first stage. Let's go to a 3 years weekly chart. And you see, market in 21-22 was in a correction mode. So when it was coming out here, that was the first stage. Right now, it's not a first stage. When you are in the first stage and you know the market now has become strong, the chances of moving the stock moving to new highs are quite strong. So that's why you got this entire move from maybe 250 all the way to 500, 100% move, maybe to how many years? Less than 2 years. So we need to know, okay, where we are standing. Is it a first stage or late stage? So right now we're in a later stage. Okay, fine. Again, see the weekly chart. Every time when it comes, especially when we get this red diamond, and then it turns to green, the stock moves up. That's the behavior of this particular stock. Okay. So we need to understand which stock we are talking about, what it is behavior with respect to its moving averages and the pattern itself. Let's move to ATEC, because we picked ATEC. And by the way, ISRG today, it moves 7.65%. That's almost 8% just today.
Wow.
Yeah. And it is a solid stock. So we think that it will continue. But as the stock will move over, definitely people will start taking profit. So the opportunity will be reduced. Now let's move to ATEC. So what did we see in ATEC? First, ATEC was picked by this particular screeners from an outside source. We came up with so many, and then we analyzed one stock like ATEC, each one of them, maybe a few, and see what happens in ATEC. Why did we select ATEC? So the ATEC was strong by TR indicator, and it was selected on at the end of the Friday, which is 10th. Let's go to this. Now this is ATEC chart. As you can see, ATEC is coming out of a long consolidation. In fact, kind of a, I would say, distribution, downward trend. But right now it's an upward trend, and it crossed this thing, this particular point. And this is a weekly chart, I think. Yes, it's a weekly, 3 years weekly, 5 years weekly chart. It shows here 5 years and weekly, where my cursor is. So it crossed this particular point, again the green zone, and it's coming from here. So the chances are there that it will probably continue. And this is exactly what it did. In 1 week, what happened? In 1 week, 5 days, ATEC moved by 16%, 15.59%. In just 5 days. Now, Obviously, there was market which was supporting us. Today, market supported us, and yesterday, market picked it up again. Otherwise, market would have definitely impacted its advance. So the market was in our favor, and we picked the right stock at the right time using the tools we have. We picked
Was
ATEC,
Okay.
and we mentioned it.
Was I looking at the number correctly, Sabri? 5 days, you said 15%, and the 15 days was 102%. Is that correct?
Let's see. Maybe it's incorrect. There's a possibility. Okay, it is 100%. You see yourself. 15 days ago, it was here 9.65, right? Or maybe somewhere here, and then it moved all the way. Sorry, not 9.65. Right here, around 5. This is the place. 5.25. You see 5.25,
Yeah.
and now is somewhere around 11.12. 100%.
Interesting.
You see, it's 100%. Definitely it is. But 100% in 15 days mean this is a risky stock.
Very much.
Because
Yes.
this is a risky stock. So did we mention it? Did we say something else? We say that it's an actionable at current price with a stop loss below 8.82 and upside target of 20 to 25%. 15% has already been met in that, as the uptrend has just started after a 2-month consolidation. So why did we say 2-month consolidation? Go back to our screen. This is a 2-month consolidation, and it came out here. Now, are there any chances for failure? Obviously, there are chances because it's a wild stock. So I'm not saying this has made 15% just in 5 days, so it will make another 15%. No, nobody knows.
Right.
So that's how it is done that we do this analysis. So we first screen out from outside sources like bar chart, by stock chart, by IBD, and then we just trim down to very few stocks and then put that in our weekly commentary. Now, before that, we analyze it through our TR chart, through our whatever technical indicators we have, and also we take a look at its fundamentals. So how do we look at the fundamental? Just to describe this, I have several tools. For example, this stock charts. Very quickly on this stock chart, what is this? IBKR. Okay, we were looking at ATEC, correct?
Right.
I like this particular platform. It gives me a relative strength very quickly. So it tells me that ATEC and its respective group. Remember, we want to select leading stock in leading groups. For last 2 months, ATEC has been beating its industry group. So ATEC in which group? Medical equipment, healthcare. And we know healthcare was totally beaten. But we also, from the healthcare sector, we knew that healthcare has a very key strong support. You see that this is the last chart. Healthcare is against the standard S&P 500 is going down, but since mid of December it has picked up as overall sector, and this is what it is showing to us, that it came from 15 days from something from here to here. Now ISRG, I mentioned ISRG today in our group as well.
Right.
What is ISRG doing against this group? What is the group? Group is right here, healthcare, medical equipment. This is also in medical equipment. So it means medical equipment group is doing very well, number one. So ISRG against its peers in the group. The group might have 100 or maybe 30, 40 companies. Look at the performance of ISRG against DS, DJ, US. Right here is going straight up for last several months. And against the S&P 500 as well, going straight up, right? And then the group itself is again, unfortunately, has not been performing well against the S&P 500, but recently, as we said, that health sector has picked up. So ISRG was beating its group, right? And was beating standard S&P 500 leading group, leading stock. Not in a leading group, but the group has picked up, and that's what exactly it did. It got support from market today and just increased by 7.65%. And we mentioned ISRG, I think last Tuesday in the group. And I think ISRG was mentioned in my commentary 2 weeks ago as well. Anyway, so that's how we analyze it. If you go to this screen, for example, and this is brother. I will go to this. Okay, ISRG. Is ISRG there? Maybe it is there. Give me a second. ISRG. And we take a look at certain other things as well. This is IBD. So I'll take a look at that. What is this relative strength? This 90 out of 100 means it is beating 90% of stock, leading stock in the leading group again. And then we also take a look at his return on equity. Is it a positive or is it a negative return on equity? It's positive. We also take a look at what the institutions are doing. Quarters of increasing fund ownership. Like, so last consecutive 8 quarters, institutions are investing in this particular stock. You see that?
Mhm.
Banks, funds, manager, they are increasing their ownership. And every time it is increase or decrease up to down volumes. So it going in higher volume when it goes up compared to going in the lower volume when it goes down. So this is what we are looking at. Okay, so this is what its behavior has been depicting here, that it's just beating the S&P and just beating its own group. So that's why it's a strong group. Now coming back to our software, our software is summarized in one TR indicator, but we need to go into the depths of it and really analyze what is going behind the curtains inside the company, inside its business. That's what we do. So hopefully I'm clear on this, that how do we analyze? We start from this process from different sources. Then we use different sources like screeners. Some screens are from bar charts, some are from stock charts. And then through those screens, we come to this particular list. Then we eliminate or take out those stocks which do not meet our criteria. And then we shorten that list and take that list over here to our Excel software, check their previous past performance, 5 days, 1 month, 3 months, check the status of TR indicator. Now, today, this particular, because the market is moving, so there will be so many stocks which will be giving this TR indicator a new trend. We have to be very careful in our selection. For example, I will be taking a look at Chevron. Why I like Chevron? Number one, I used to work for Chevron for a long time. But besides that, Chevron is a good dividend player. So those people who do not want to take, it's a Dow component, and it gives more than 4% dividend from. So for those players who want to go for a longer term and really want some income stream, Chevron is a good player. We will take a look at that. We'll take a look at GE. GE, by the way, is already here. See, GE has given a new signal, buy signal today, right here, GE. But in our commentary, GE is already here. See, what did we say on the GE? GE we were almost flat last week and showed resilience. The stock is still actionable. So actionable means that it could have been bought, and again it gives a buy signal, targeting a move above 194.8 while a stop loss below 159. So why did we say that? We can go very quickly, and instead of ISRG, put GE here, General Electric. You see, General Electric in 1 week, it means last 3 days has given us 5%. And for a stock of General Electric size and a stable company, it's quite a lot, 5%. And again, you see the General Electric is beating its own group, which is DJUSID, which is diversified industrial. General Electric is known as a diversified industrial company in that particular group. And that group is also beating S&P 500. This is what we are looking for. We want a stock GE like, which is beating its own group and which is beating S&P 500 ever since mid of 2022, more than 2 years now. And the group itself is beating the S&P 500. What else we are looking for? And the company is also good. It gives us some dividend as well, 0.62%. We all know what GE does. It manufactures engines and others, industrial machinery as well, and it's diversified. So this is what we are looking at. Now we know, okay, this is on our list as well.
I have one quick question, Sabri.
Go ahead,
You want to
Salim.
backtrack a little bit at the ISRG?
ISRG in this my software or the chart?
Price right now is like 580-ish.
ISRG.
Yeah.
One second.
Mhm.
Right now it's 580. Okay.
5.8. Now the target price estimate is like 568. Does that make a difference in your chart situation, or doesn't really matter?
No, who says target price is 568?
Well, it's on the Yahoo Finance chart.
I'm not aware of that Yahoo Finance chart, but let's take a look very quickly.
Oh,
So ISRG is again breaking out. Okay.
okay.
And let's plot ISRG here as well. By the way, I don't follow Yahoo Finance.
Oh, okay. No, I
Okay.
was just curious.
No,
So the
no,
target estimated is like 1 year target is 570.
it's
68.
already beyond that
It
target.
passed that. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's beyond that. But we picked up ISRG last week, and we said that in in our group, I think I mentioned, and in 1 week it increased by just 3 days, increased by 6%. It was here, right here. This is a
Right.
weekly chart. Now hold on 1 second. You said, and let's take a very quick look at ISRG and take a look what analysts are saying to that.
Okay.
So the analyst, let's go to the analyst rating. Analysts say the low target is 475, mean target is 581. We are right here. And so there are some optimistic analysts as well who have set a target of 655 as well. Right? Number one. And out of 26 analysts, 5 are strong buy, 4 are moderate buy. I'm just taking a look at what industry experts are doing.
Experts.
Fund managers and banks, experts who analyze these, who go into the depths of their balance sheets, income statement, and analyze each and every company.
Correct.
So I don't see that it's going to be a very big growth stock like quantum computing stock. No, it's not going to do it. So, number one, it's a stable company. Number two, it has a much bigger size, much bigger stock price. So our strategy was just to take find out a stock which can give us some 15 to 20% profit in a quick period of time. And if it is long term, then we can. So ISRG was not in our long term list. Long term is this list in our weekly commentary. Like Google should be there, Costco, Microsoft, Nvidia, of course, Apple. So we are very strict when it comes to long term. So long term, you can just leave it and say, okay, fine, we can wait for next 3-4 years. So ISRG is not that kind of stock.
Right.
All right. So that's why there's always an opinion difference. There are how many analysts here? 26. Some say it's a strong sell. Some say it's a moderate sell. Some say it's a strong buy. That's why
Just a
market is
difference
there.
of opinion, I guess.
Yeah, obviously. All right.
Thank
All right.
you.
Going back to the Kamal Saab, I think you are anxiously waiting. What questions you have? Kamran, you're right. GS now is only aerospace. They split the companies, and they have another company, GEV, I think. But it's also part of it's still part of Diversified Industrial Group. And GE is large, mega cap. Yeah, that's impressive. But look at it. I mean, size Nvidia. They are going like and it's still growing, so the GE can grow. And Sharifa, you have a question about 8 to 10%. What's holding the stock will be triggered by the gain?
Yeah, Sabri bhai, can you hear me now?
Yeah, one second. Let me answer this question. So
Sure.
8 to 10% is a general standing rule for every. What does it mean? For my strategy, it means that if the stock goes against you more than 8 to 10%, then something is wrong with our analysis or our theory has failed at that particular point for that particular stock. Now, does not mean that if it's a long-term stock, so we cannot give a room of 12 or 15%. Every individual is different. I know people who are happy with even 30 or 40% loss. I'm not. I cannot emotionally or psychologically can sustain a loss of 20 or 30%. So it is better if your theory is going in a wrong direction, then get out of the loss, and then you can always re-enter whenever this indicator gives you signal. Whenever you can always put that thing in your watch list right here, or in your watch list for like something like stock charts or bar chart, and then you can always use this thing and always and re-enter. All right, Kamal sir, over to you.
Yes, Sabri, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everyone can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So I have a question about like the bar chart. So you are like I joined a little bit late on you showed that, so we can copy from the bar chart, right? So what list you have, then we can drop that the list of stock here, right?
Are you talking
So
about this thing?
yeah. About
This
your
particular
yes,
list? This particular
yes,
list?
yes,
You can
yes.
make as many. This is an Excel worksheet, right? So the
Okay,
beauty is that you can make thousands of lists, and you can create another worksheet here. Go ahead.
okay. Mm-hmm.
As many worksheet. You can
Mm-hmm.
create a worksheet for the short term, worksheet for the long term, and just
Okay.
go up here, stock analysis, and
Mm-hmm.
all those controls which are required, which are available for to work on these controls: table information, transfer stock, transfer list,
Mm-hmm.
select
Mm-hmm.
different fields, compare
Mm-hmm.
stock, compare markets. They are available here.
Okay.
For example, compare market performance. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
this particular thing is compares 5 different markets right here.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is doing here, it's telling you between S&P 500, Nasdaq,
Mm-hmm.
Dow Jones, IWM, which is Russell, gold,
Mm-hmm.
and oil.
Oil, okay.
All these is telling you the last, whatever the time frame you have chosen somewhere, last 5 years. Remember, we
Okay.
selected 5 years for weekly
Mm-hmm.
chart. So the oil is the worst performer. It's still negative. Meaning the 5 years ago, what was the oil's price was, it is still lower than that. So the return in the oil fund, which
Mm-hmm.
is USO, is negative. Which one is the best one? Obviously the red one, which is Nasdaq.
Nasdaq, okay.
Second best one is S&P 500. Third
Mm-hmm.
one is gold. Fourth
Gold,
one is Dow Jones.
Dow Jones,
Fifth one is small stock index, Russell.
Russell, yeah.
So what it means that this particular, which is Nasdaq, if you just invest in the QQQ, it would
Mm-hmm.
have given you 130% return, maybe whatsoever,
Okay.
right, over a period of last 5 years. So you can very
Mm-hmm.
quickly compare the market. So these controls are available here. Now I want to compare, for example, Apple, Microsoft,
Mm-hmm.
Netflix, and
Mm-hmm.
Nvidia, and
Okay.
maybe Marvel. I selected these
Okay.
5 right here,
Okay.
and I press this button here, compare stock. Something is wrong with that, maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I will look into it. Maybe okay. Let's flag this. If I try again. No. Okay, I will look into this. So these 5, for example, you can plot the same graph between the
Mm-hmm.
5 individual stock as well, and as well as the market performance. And then you can, for example, I want to see this entire list over here, because this particular sheet
Yes.
give me detailed information on one stock. So
Okay.
I want, for example, all of these in this list.
Yes.
So this list is now populated by this particular list right here. And then one by one, I
Okay.
can go to any stock and it will give me a snapshot of that particular stock. Now, for example, we were at ISRG.
Mm-hmm.
This seasonality is also an important thing. It tells me that during last 3 years, let's move to 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
which is the best month for ISRG compared to S&P 500. I can compare 2 stock, ISRG versus S&P 500. I can compare ISRG versus QQQ, Nasdaq. I can compare ISRG versus Apple, whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the best month? December and
December and probably February.
March.
March.
80% of the time, it has beaten S&P 500 and has given more than like in December, it was on fire. 80% time, it gives 4.6% higher return than S&P 500.
Interesting.
On the other hand, say January is typically not a very good month. So that is something, that's probably the reason that I did not put ISRG in my commentary, because the commentary is updated after 1 week. That was the reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to see any other stock?
So sorry, now go to the last thing what is showing. You are comparing 1 year. So what about the 3 year? Can I see same thing with the 3 years?
You're talking about this year? Seasonality?
Oh, this 5 years, right?
Second,
Yeah. So this is for the 5 year, right? So
you
I
can compare
give.
to 10 years. Whatever the data is available now is for 10 years.
Okay.
You can compare to 15
Okay.
years. Now it's for 15 years.
Okay, got it.
You
Got
can
it.
if
got
the
it.
data is for 20 years, you can compare for 20 years.
Okay, okay.
All right. And you can make this smaller or increase the size whatsoever. What do you want? I just zoom out right here.
Yeah, yeah, got it. So my next questions come to the RSI. So like the how I can identify it is the oversold or overbought. Like any way from your sheet, Excel sheet, if I put any sticker, I can give I can find an idea like it is right time to buy because it's oversold or overbought, something like this.
Talking about RSI.
Yeah.
Okay. RSI can be, see these indicators here, PMO, PPO, Aruna,
Mhm.
check-in maneuver.
Mhm.
It allows you to give plot 5 indicators here.
Okay.
What you need to do, you need to go to the settings,
Mm-hmm.
main chart,
Mm-hmm.
indicator setting, plot indicators. Plot indicators, it will bring this, select RSI. RSI is right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be below average volume. So
Okay.
I want, since it only allows 5, so I need to move out 1.
Okay.
And then I selected RSI.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take a look why it's not doing that. Maybe it's here. It should be here. RSI.
Yeah, I try, but there's something
Right here.
happening.
Right here.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh-huh. Save
Move it up
Okay.
here, wherever you want.
Mhm.
You see it here. Save it.
Mhm.
Save it again. And now it replot the charts, and you see RSI right here.
Okay, okay, got it.
Because we selected it just below the average volume.
Bro, that was
This
better.
is your main
Okay.
chart. This is volume. This is RSI. Okay. You want to,
Okay.
since you are in Excel, you can go full screen.
Mhm.
Here it is, full screen. Where is that full screen? Okay. And you can zoom in and zoom out if you are having problems in, because I know in Excel is tricky. And then you can take a look at it right here. This is your RSI chart. And this is your main chart. Okay.
Yes. Yes, however, so what happened, like sometimes the chart is updating with the specific sticker, and sometimes I'm getting some kind of, like, so macro, I need to go and again check the option on. So like, I'm not sure, like sometimes it's working and sometimes not. So I try
What is that
like,
not working? Can you explain it to me?
because I am trying right now because I do not turn on the macros, right? And I just put something like the update. I pick the if you go up, example, right? Yeah, yeah. So like the put the different sticker, just remove
What sticker
that.
you want?
PLTR,
PLTR?
yes, or yes, something. Yeah, now hit the update button.
Then when you put PLTR, it will automatically update it for PLTR.
Oh, okay, okay. Probably is on the list, right? Or probably
Yeah, you don't have to go there. You're not updated. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's not updating. Yeah, because the sticker is not in the list. So something like this, I want to like do like, because I have the different stock, right? So like for
You
long
see,
term, short term.
one second, Kamal, is updated now for PLTR. You see the chart, Plantier, the entire thing has been updated, right? This is
Yes.
PLTR for TR chart for PLTR.
Oh, now it is working now, because I try with the ISGR.
Let me give you one hint. I know there is issues with this. In Excel, if the stock is traded in more than one exchange, sometimes it gets confused. You need to give the complete path sometime. For example, if I put maybe NO now, see what happens. So the Excel picks now, but it picks a wrong now. Look at the name of the company when it comes back. Now vertical group. And sometimes it will stuck and it will not get you any, it will not come with any. That's the problem with, unfortunately, with Excel. The way to handle is this: you need to understand. Okay, now is where is it? Now is in traded in New York Stock Exchange, X and YS. So you need to give the full. This is unfortunate. X and YS colon now. Now it will bring that now ServiceNow company, because this particular symbol is traded in several exchanges, unfortunately. Okay, so that now is ServiceNow. You see, it's a different company. Same is the case with AMD. So that is something that AMD is traded in London Stock Exchange, maybe in Swiss or German Stock Exchange, I don't know, wherever, and also in US Stock Exchanges. And then I have seen giving us a problem number of time. So instead of, if you are facing this kind of problem, put something like that: X NASDAQ. X NAS means right here, exchange everywhere. This is a NASDAQ stock. And then this is the full path. And then it will never go to the wrong place. Okay. All right. Any other question that I answer? I have some questions here. Ms. Sharif is asking, when you purchase a software, does it come with a recommendation stock table, or you have to enter them also from your newsletter? No, it is not automatic, because you can have as many watch lists and lists you want. So you have to put it yourself. That commentary and the stock list, that's separate. That comes to you through my website every week. Okay. So you can have as many watch lists, as many stock lists you want, and you can change all these fields based on the, for example, you select fields, go here, and you see these fields are available, like industry, description, number of employees, different technical parameters, indicator, etc., etc. Okay. Well, anything else? It's almost an hour now. Anything else? Any questions? Kamal, you have any questions? I have quite a few people, mashallah, here, Ashik and Azam. Any? I just want to answer question. Noman, anyone who would like to answer, please.
Brother, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. This is Ashik. Yes, Ashik.
Yeah, this is Ash. What do you think? Is the correction over? Or, I mean, usually these kind of corrections takes 3 months, right? I mean, right now it has been a month, and it's right at the trend line right now. Do you think this market correction is over, or still has to
You
go? What
asking
is
me?
your feeling? I mean, we can't predict. I understand that, but
Okay, let's see where the market is. That's a very good question. And there are quite a few experienced people here as well. Like Wasim is a very experienced person. I would like him to also chip in and tell me, okay. So the market, just for this speed, because of I can analyze my market here as well in my software, and no issue. Here we need to go with SPY. In the Excel, SPY is the ETF for S&P 500. So look, in the long term, market is still bullish. I have absolutely no issues with that. Thing is that what is long term? So the market today is above its 20-day moving average, and it's 50-day moving average. That's a great achievement. It's known as a follow-up thing. That's a great achievement. Now, what market does, because of the option expiration and other thing, it will be choppier. One or two, and the new administration is also coming. Many things are unknown. Many things are unknown. So we don't know what the market can take a negative clue from some wrong selections from Trump administration, some wrong tariff move. We really don't know. But besides that, the market is in a uptrend. As you can see, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and it's doing this for how many months, for how many years? See, this is a monthly chart, all the way starting from 2013. Yes, at times it gets corrected. This is a log scale, by the way. Yes, at times it gives you 20%, or even sometimes like during the COVID, it gives around 20 to 30% drop. But the key is, as long as market is having this trend and it is above the monthly 20 monthly average or 20-50 average, it's an uptrend. Monthly PPO is a very important market. When we say market is in a correction, then the monthly PPO goes negative or below zero. That's the time we can say market is in a depression or a strong recession. Market is till that time. I'm a believer that the market is in a bullish mode. Not what is going to happen tomorrow. Obviously, nobody knows. God knows if tomorrow another COVID comes and market just jumps down and goes back. But so this now, I shared another chart on that group as well. It was showing different secular and bear markets. Since every 2013, where is 2013? Right here, this point. We are in a bullish market, bull market, correct? Now, every 7th year during this is 2020, every 7th you have a correction, major correction during that bull market. So we're still in a bull market. So market, inshallah, will go up. I'm confident. Tomorrow what happens, for example, God forbid there is a nuclear war in between two countries in the world, so you never know. Market obviously will respond to it. Market will respond to that. For the time being, I still believe market. Now, very short term. Now come back to the very short term. Question was very short term, that right now what is happening. Today's action is really bullish. If the market does not go back, and I think sellers will again try to take profit and bring it down, and that's a normal practice. You see, it happens every time. Market tries to jump up, it comes back. If it undercuts this low 5773, I'm talking about index, then the market will further can go down and touch this 550, 600. This is a long-term moving average. As long as market is up above this long-term moving average, which is 200 days moving average, we can safely say the market is in a bullish trend. We just need to see that where is the market, and right now market is in a bullish mode. There is a question about AMD. Let's very quickly take a look at AMD. So going back to our software. So you see, I use 2-3 different charts and different services like fundamentals. We go to others and we take a look at what the fundamentals are for the company. Now AMD is interesting. AMD's TR chart, when you see here, is negative. It's a weekly chart of 5. What is showing you? That is in a strong downward trend, and it is. But here is interesting thing. The history says every time AMD goes into a correction, it comes back strongly. That's what his history is. And here, if we draw a line, this is a strong support at which we have right now AMD. So in my opinion, if AMD, I will not say that AMD go ahead and buy this right now immediately. But for today's again, today's action was quite positive. AMD, I think it ended up today at 120, 119.96, and high was 120.42. So AMD is trying its hard. Now, it depends upon you. Are you a risk taker? Then you can definitely try this support again and go against this momentum. But again, whenever, for example, when AMD was in this trend downward, every time it goes to this 20-week EMA 20 or EMA 9-week or 20-week line, it comes back. It does not go straight up easily. In other words, when AMD will go up, it will face resistance here at 9 EMA and 20 EMA weekly. Or you can go and check the daily chart as well on the software. And let's move. Let's go to 1-year chart and update this thing. TR indicator is a heavy thing for Excel as well. It takes a lot of time for it. So you see, AMD again is in the downward trend, but it has taken upward. Today it has moved 119.6. So we can, for the risk taker, for example, if I'm a risk taker person, I don't mind losing $4 or $5 on AMD. I can take this risk because it's a high reward to risk trade, and I can target maybe this point and maybe this point, which is around 130. 130 is this point, this trough here. And by the time the ALD gets here, then we will reevaluate. Maybe the position is in AMD's favor, and maybe it can go all the way back to this level, which is more than 200. So right now, what I can tell you that it's a good support. Unless it breaks the support and falls further down, I think could be a good high reward to risk ratio. High reward, less risk. Instead of 10%, it may be 4 or 5% only. But I will get quickly out if AMD rolls over, and goes below this particular level, which is right here, something around 114, 116, whatever. Okay. I will take a look at the AMD's analysts, what analysts are saying. Are they happy with this AMD? If something is wrong with the company, I will definitely take a look at that. Why is it performing, or is it just maybe a kind of a cyclical thing? So AMD for 5 years, AMD has not been performing well in the month of Feb and March. Another, I would say caution. What was it? Let's zoom out. Let's make it smaller and see what happens here with AMD in 10 years. Again, February and March are traditionally, and even April are the very weak week. January, in fact, is a good week. So this is what history is telling us. So we need to be cautious, especially when we start the month of February. Okay. Any other question? I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. So any other question? Then if not, then it's about time and not able to unmute. I'm sorry, what is happening? I have to work with Zoom. I have again unmuted you, Kamal. If you have question, go ahead.
Yes, I'm good right now, Sabri bhai. So I saw that you're recording this session, right?
I am.
So yes.
No, I
So
have
please-
unmuted you as well. Whoever is asking me, I'm unmuted them. I have not been able to unmute everyone in one go. Why that's so, I'm not sure. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, something happened. I just Zoom probably needed to update the system, and my other computer, I was seeing the same issues, Sabri bhai. So I need to update something, like some
Yeah,
captures.
I mean, since you live very close to me, you can always you can drop me a message and I will respond. No, I have unmuted you and you
Yeah.
try. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a clarification of AMD actually. Yeah. Thanks for clarification.
Okay, thank you. If that's it, then I thank you everyone for taking your time out. This particular session was obviously about answering the question for the customer, especially Mr. Kamal and other questions, and explaining that how do we screen out and how do we prepare this thing, the process itself. And the process I explained is through these filters and screens. Okay,
How do you subscribe for your
no problem at
software?
all. And inshallah, I will be having this session. I think there are quite a few customers, and we are expanding, and I obviously need more people like you to support me. But besides that, I will be having this kind of customer session maybe at least once in a month, so that I can respond to that customer. And I picked up one thing which is not working in this sheet. I will check it again, that why this compare stock function is not working. Maybe there's something some error behind this scene. Any question on the you have this menu here on this. You can always, and all these commands are available here. Instead of remembering the shortcut keys, you can go through the menu and use those buttons here from the menu. All right, guys, you take care. If there are no more questions, thank you very much for you coming and joining me and having a wonderful session. I will see if I can upload this recording to my YouTube channel and will send a link to everybody. All right, good night, and thank you very much again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.